Bitcoin's about to explode, and here is why. We got a CME market gap sitting just below us. We got negative funding rates. We've got hidden breakout patterns. Liquidity is stacking up like a volcano about to explode. And we have Ethereum sitting in a reversal zone that could lead to a $10,000 moonshot. Welcome back, everyone. It's your boy Tom here, bringing you the hottest in Bitcoin and crypto action. If you're ready to dive into today's market analysis, hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe. Don't forget to come on over to X and follow us on X, where we talk Bitcoin and crypto all day, every day. All right, let's get into it. We got something that a lot of traders are talking about. We want to just go over it, make sure that everybody's on the same page with us. We got a CME market gap that has not been filled. There's a gap between 91,000, 93,000, and historically, these gaps always do get filled, and we have not got filled yet. So I do think that that's one of the main reasons why we've been capped right now at that 97,000 level. Now, we combine that with, if we look at an 8-hour chart, okay, let's get over to the 8-hour chart right there is the 8-hour chart. And I want to combine that with a 50-bar moving average, okay, which is acting right now as potential support. But you notice that it falls right where the CME market gap is. So I'm believing that the market could actually gravitate down to this level, actually come down to this level before we have an explosive move up. Now, I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself, but I just wanted to make sure that I said that. I wanted to get that statement out there because it's important. I don't want to forget it, actually. So really, that's what I'm thinking. I want you guys to look at that moving average. It's an important moving average that we could actually test down to. So let's get rid of that right now, that mess right there. So it doesn't mean that the bullish trend is over. In fact, I do believe that if we can get that quick gap fill that we've been looking for, this could actually be the flush out and the shakeout before we rip to new highs. Because right now, we're sitting right now in the short term, we got this resistance at that 96,000. Oh my goodness, after the breakout that we had from these lower levels right here, the double bottom, we finally broke out. It took forever to break this trend line, and now we're sitting up at this trend line. We do have a short-term target area of 98 to 100,000 before we get another pullback down to probably, we would think, if we bust up through here, we probably got another pullback down to these lows right over here, like 92,000 before we can actually take out that 102,000, 106,000. But again, I'm getting ahead of myself. If we go on to, we're looking at this chart, we're still battling the key resistance at 96,500. Now, we are seeing, higher lows. We are seeing it. But we got that resistance capping us for, the action right now. If we go over to the 8-hour chart, okay, we can clearly see that we do have an ascending triangle. We have that ascending triangle, and that is a definite bullish sign. But again, we may have to get one more dip down towards that 50-bar EMA. Now, it's not a 50-day, it's a 50-bar because we're on the 8-hour chart, but that's sitting, like I said, right at that freaking CME gap. So, I think it would be quite healthy for the marketplace to actually do that. Now, what we got to really look at also, while Bitcoin itself, the funding rates are completely negative. I don't know what happened to my little circles over here, but look at this. Here's a negative funding rate right there, completely negative. We go back in time, we could see funding rates here, negative right there. We can go back a little bit further, we could see funding rates negative right there. Now, if you notice what happens every time these funding rates are negative, the marketplace, boom, shoots up. Boom, shoots up. Now we're here, okay? Now we're sounding a slight breakout. Now I want to take you over to CoinGlass. All right, liquidity is stacking up on top like crazy. It's ready to blow like a volcano. So what's going on right now? Traders are shorting. Liquidity is stacking above the resistance that we have right now. This is the kind of fuel that leads to explosive upsides, because Bitcoin always gravitates towards liquidity. It will always move towards liquidity and clear it out. And like we've been talking about before, we talk about them. I don't know how many times I got to keep mentioning this, global liquidity, global liquidity, global liquidity. It takes a while for it to actually kick in. It's there, there is a tremendous amount of global liquidity, and it's going to hit the marketplace eventually. Now, we said it takes sometimes up to 2 months, so we're looking at June for it to really kick in. But I want to go over to something that is a hidden pattern that nobody's talking about. We got a perfect cup and handle formation. Okay, we have a perfect cup and handle formation. We bounced exactly where we had to. It was a perfect retest, a perfect setup. Now it's time to finish the job. We said it before. Next stop overall, probably 200,000. But here, let's just go back. All right, let's go back in time. All right, we had basically the cup formed back around 16,000, the $16,000 low, right in here. The cup started forming. Okay, it came up to like a $70,000 top. All right, let's get rid of this thing. I don't want to get it in the way over here. The handle saw consolidation. Okay, the handle saw consolidation between 65 and 70,000. The breakout occurred early this year with volume confirmation. Okay, so we have the breakout. It's confirmed. This pattern suggests a target. If I take the top of the cup to the bottom, we got a short-term target of 126,000 for the first stop. Okay, we got a short-term target, 126,000 for the first stop, right there. Okay, we're at 126. Right there is the first stop. Okay. Now, of course, we'll get that's the future. We could get a retrace and we get a pull back up. But look, that's what the marketplace is showing. All right. Now, I want to get into something that's freaking legendary that we brought up once before. It's a Livermore accumulation cycle pattern with a widening mouth. Now, just on a side note, I had to do some research into Livermore. Did you know that his great granddaughter happens to be an adult movie star? I actually watched a couple of our movies just to do some research. I suggest, there wasn't really anything given there, but let's get back to the Livermore accumulation cycle. All right, so you see this structure? Bitcoin itself is bouncing in between. I shouldn't have maybe said that. My girl hears this. She's going to be like, you did what research? Where? Like, what's that about? Anyway, you can see that this marketplace is actually, let me fix this here. The market was actually accumulating in between this mouth right here. Okay, it's like this is the same exact thing that's happening right here. It's a little bit off, but anyway, it's bouncing between the two broadening trend lines. The mouth is widening. We're currently probably right at stage 7. All right, now it's going to take a while because this is a monthly chart. All right, but it is ready for blast off. Now, volume supports the theory, and macro conditions are aligning. We got sovereign buying, we got institutional demand, mass adoption. This isn't just hype. This is a historic pattern playing out in real time where we're going to be able to see extremely all-time highs. Now, before we wrap up, crew, I want to make sure that you are aware of our insane crypto trading community. It's completely free to join. You click this link right here, you get taken over to this page, all right, where you can actually get involved, where we're dropping insane alpha and trading opportunities daily, from breakout setups to long-term gens to talking about like Livermore accumulation patterns. We got you covered. Now, you want to follow us with the Solid Broker? Come on over and give us a click right there. This is our trusted broker, low fees, fast execution, perfect for our strategies. Join the crew, level up your trading. Let's stack those profits together. Before we leave, we got to talk about Ethereum. Now, I want to show you something. We got an X post here. Ethereum is currently sitting at the bottom of its accumulation zone. Okay. The stochastic RSI is flashing a reversal. This is where smart money positions itself. Now, I want to go to the chart itself. All right. And here is the objective. Here is the objective. I'm going to flash it back and forth so you see it a few times. The objective is to flip this 50-day moving average and go up towards that 200 to take that 200-day moving average out. If it clears both, we're potentially looking at that $10,000 breakout target. Timing's everything. Keep Ethereum on your radar. You don't want to miss it, okay? Now, right now, it's struggling to get through the EMA ribbons, but I'm telling you, that 50-day moving average, I believe, is the key. If we could flip this bloody thing, come up to it, we probably use it as a support to attack up to that 200-day, get behind it, and now we're talking about our 10,000 that everybody's been screaming about. Just going to be patient. Be patient, crew. All right, so here's the big picture. Right now, we got a CME market gap that I think we're going to fill. I really do. I think that we're going to fill it, okay? We got an ascending triangle right now on the 8-hour chart. We got Livermore cylinders getting ready to say that we are really going to be taking off. So make sure that you keep following us. We're going to be dropping some great information on our next video. And remember, always, crew, always do your own research. Make sure you trade with your head, not over it. And if you're a short-term trader, enjoy the party, but dance near the door. Cheers.